get what we can get.
Okay,
Yeah, just
cool.
naturally.
Yeah. Dude, I feel I'm so happy I changed. So I used to have like this really awkward chair, and now I'm sitting in one of those cush ass chairs, and it's 10 times better.
Oh, you got to be comfortable when you record.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
That is.
I know.
Bimbo.
I know. Bimbo.
My
What's
brother.
up,
It is so good to
What's
see
up?
you. It has been so long.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Dude? Just got back to the crib now. About to put in some degenerate parlays on Underdog. We'll see.
Attaboy. Dude, at first it didn't look like a beanie. I thought you grew your hair out that much.
Dude.
I thought you were rocking.
Oh no,
100%.
my hair is
Yeah.
wild right now. When I take the beanie off, it's like flattened by the beanie, but normally it's been like lately like a high top, so it's just like this goes like straight up normally.
I love it.
So I'm getting my hair twisted on like Sunday, so I've just been wearing hats and beanies most of the time because it's out of control.
I
dig
hear
it. I dig it. Where are you, Ben? Where you at, bro?
I'm at my house in Austin.
Oh, you're in Austin. When you called me, you weren't in Austin. You were in Florida.
Yeah. I was I do work for music festivals, so I just travel around to music festivals all across the country. So we did EDC in Orlando, and then the weekend after we did Warped Tour in Orlando.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ben's the only dude I know that like he's like wherever you live, you spend the least amount of time there. Am I wrong?
No, I do love a trip. I do love a travel trip. I am out here trying to go as many places as possible. But yeah, it's I went to the Magic game in Orlando when I was out there, and I've never watched a buzzer beater happen in real life. But I was sitting like 10 rows up, and the game was tied at 112 with like a second, like less than 2 seconds remaining. And the Magic got the ball into Desmond Bain right in front of me. I'm watching the inbound. I'll send you the clip because I recorded the video. And he hits the game winner like right in my face, bro. It was sick. I was like cheering like I'm a Magic fan. I'm like, yeah, we did it. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about the Magic. But it was dope. Like live games are my favorite.
That's awesome,
sick, bro. I
You're
remember
a hooping fan. You're just a fan of hoops, man.
Yeah, I like to that's my thing now. I just travel around to random cities and I'll be there for like a night just to go to a game. I'll fly into a city, go to a game, hang out for a night, and fly back the next day.
Dude, it must suck to live in Austin though. You guys have a shit in Austin.
Nah,
you got college football.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. But I've been to a couple of San Antonio games, and that's like an hour away. And
dude, what does he look like in real life? Is it out of control?
I haven't seen Wemby play in real life yet. When I went to go see him, I went maybe last year or a year or two ago, so he wasn't there yet, or he wasn't playing when I went to see him because I think he was out that whole time or something.
Gotcha.
Like that. But I want to go see Wemby live. So when he gets back, I'm gonna go to a Dallas game here soon, and then a Houston game as well. But I want to catch Wemby because I've seen Giannis play in real life. I've seen LeBron play. I saw Kobe play. I saw Steph Curry play. I've seen like a lot of dudes play, but Wemby just dude's an alien. So I'm gonna I'll be like 10, 15 rows up watching that dude just slap me from the court. Good work, man.
How tall is he? He's like 7'4".
They list him at 7'4", but Boban Marjanovic is 7'4". He's like, I'm a legit 7'4", and he's like, I was looking up at Wemby. They said rumors are that he's grew, so now they're listing him as 7'5", but their estimates are close to 7'6", 7'7".
What do you mean he grew?
He can dribble and shoot.
What do you mean he grew? He's like 20, bro. He's a kid.
Yes.
He's a child.
I didn't know that.
Wemby, he's like 20, bro. Barely 20. He's like a child.
He's a baby.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster alien.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
He feels like Bambi. Like he doesn't know how to use his body.
Yeah. I am denouncing the French as my people officially on this podcast, so don't
Sweet.
Fucking add me to that, dude. I'm out of that.
Les Français, c'est les poupous.
Oh shit! So Ben, you're officially a part of the rebrand of the show, dude. We're changing the show completely. So
really,
yeah, we're this is now going to be a comedy podcast and no more serious bullshit because I can't do it, dude. I'm not smart enough for this.
Hey, Quinn, I hate to break it to you, but they're all full of shit. All of them. Bro, I listened to one of those podcasts with one of those like people that were talking. I listened for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this woman's full of shit. Bro, they're just all out here bullshit. I will, bro. Straight up though, I will tell you. So for the work I do now, like the company I work for, they're partly owned by Live Nation, like bottom out. So I still work for this company, but they're owned by Live Nation. And like probably about a year ago, I was working with like the CFO, CEO of Live Nation, and he's this like older gentleman. He's pretty cool, laid back, and we got to chopping it up. It was just me and him. And I was like, what would you tell like your 35-year-old self? He's like, at 35, he's like, I didn't even know what I really wanted to do yet. I was kind of just like wandering through life. And he's like, so you don't have to have everything figured out. He's just like, just kind of figure out what you want to do and do that. But he's like, but most importantly, man, he's like, no matter what somebody's like, everyone that you think has it all figured out, they have nothing figured out. They're all full of shit. They're all bullshit and just hoping somebody doesn't call them out. And if they try to tell you they got it figured out, they're full of shit and they don't know. And those were his words, not mine.
Yeah.
Like this dude that's been around all these. I mean, because we work in an industry where it's like stories of people are like, these guys are the guys that sign the checks for Jay-Z and Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the guys that sign their checks. And he's the one telling me they're all full of shit. Nobody has a fucking clue. They're all just trying. They're all just doing their best, trying to figure it out, hoping no one calls them out on their bullshit. But if they tell you they got it all figured out and they know what you should do, they're full of shit, Quinn.
Yeah.
So
dude, they wake up, pee and poop just like us.
And then they start talking shit out of their mouth. That's with less than the pee and poop. Like they're just all talking bullshit. That's
Well, the problem became when I was listening to myself and I was like, "You're full of bullshit. Like, what are you fucking talking about?" That's when I was like, "You're not. This is not you, bro. You need to quit that fucking nonsense."
No, man. That's the thing. Is like everyone's just out here. Bro, in this comedy space, everyone podcasts, everyone does it. And the comedy space is like these people are trying to be funny, writing out bits, and I'm like, you're full of shit too. Like, but it is kind of a weird space in podcasting now, where like the comedians are being taken seriously on podcasts. Like Theo Von is interviewing the president,
Donald Trump,
and we're like,
I'm
like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, and somehow Theo Von is the smart one on the podcast. You know, like we're in trouble out here. So everyone's
we're 6 minutes in and shots are fired already, Bimbo.
Listen, I don't fire shots. I don't think saying Trump isn't the smartest guy in the room. I don't think that's some sort of crazy stretch. I don't think I'm saying something we all didn't know.
Hell no, bro.
Hold up. Let me see if I can clear this up a little bit. Nope, didn't do a thing.
That worked. That worked really well.
You calm the fuck down, Queen. I do not like this shit. I do not get on here to talk this shit.
That's hilarious. Dude, if you rock that accent for the whole time, dude, it's so believable, bro. You got it down. You got it down. I went so well.
When I was in Orlando the other week, I went to Disneyland or Disney World or whatever the fuck is down there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. It's all the same.
Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World. And I'm hanging out with one of my friends. And anytime we started talking to people, like in line waiting for a drink or snack or whatever, because they're doing this like food of the world tour, and I would just start talking to people in this accent. And I found that when I use the accent, it's like I take on a whole different like mentality. Like and I could do it for a while. And my boy was trying so hard not to laugh because I can say the most ridiculous shit in that accent, and no one gets mad when you talk in an accent. Like if I went up to a girl and be like, "Girl, I would let you fart in my mouth," they'd be like, "Oh my god!" But if I was like, "Bitch, you can fart in my mouth right now," like, that shit would just be funny. Like it's never. You can get away with anything in an accent.
Oh shit,
dude. So how long you been doing the music festival thing? That seems pretty new, right?
Well, I started with ACL back in like when I first moved to Austin, so that was like 21. I did my first ACL, and then like in 22, I probably did like
what's ACL?
4 more festivals. ACL, Austin City Limits, the music festival out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like it's one of the biggest in the country, so it's pretty massive. And then like the next year, I started doing a couple more. I did like EDC the next year in Vegas, and then a few more Bonnaroo in Tennessee and so on. And now I'm up to like I think I did like 13 this year. So like Coachella, Lollapalooza in Chicago, Bonnaroo in Tennessee, DC, both of them.
Jeez.
So now I'm up
Damn.
to like doing that, but it's cool because like I work individual contracts. So if I want to do the contract, I do. If I don't, then I don't.
What
And
are you doing exactly? Like, what's your job? Are you a roadie?
I mean, I don't no, I don't do a lot of the stage stuff. So we work with
Yeah.
so our department is artist relations department.
Okay.
So we essentially do like depending on what I'm like each festival is a little bit different, but usually I'm either like a liaison for the artist. So like once they get to the festival site, they find their green room and like go get their drinks or do whatever. Or or like I'll move them from like their green room to the stage or pick them up or carry like or like we'll load up all their like gear and stuff and take it to their
Escort all
cars.
the honeys to their room.
That's after the show. You know what but for when I work
Bitches,
ACL,
come here.
when I work ACL, I work with the partners, like the owners of ACL, and I swear I'm a chauffeur for hoes, a hofer. Like I literally spend my time just going back and forth picking up hoes. Like I'm like here, bro. Like I'm bringing hose bands and backstage and stuff. I'm like, no, we got to send these hoes this way. These hoes go this way.
Are
Just
you like interacting with the artists and stuff?
some of them, yeah. I mean,
That's cool, man. That's
do you know?
super cool.
Do you remember Kill Switch Engage?
Oh,
Of
yeah. I
course.
still listen to them. I still listen to
Yeah.
their old
It's
jams, bro.
workout music,
100%.
baby.
I just met them in Orlando at EDC. I mean,
Sick.
not at EDC, at Warped Tour. So I worked with
Yeah.
them. So like they were super chill, like laid back. I think they're like a little bit older now too. So
Oh, yeah.
they were just like super laid back. But like, yeah, so I interact with them. Gym Class Heroes. You remember the Gym Class Heroes?
Yes,
I was
dude.
chopping it up with those guys. I made them laugh. Because one dude was like struggling. He's like, y'all just gonna leave me with this shit? And I looked at him, I was like, yeah, they just said you can go fuck yourself. And he was dying.
Dude, I haven't heard them in a long time. They had a couple of hits when we were in high school, and then that was it.
Yeah, man. They're still around though, performing.
That's sick, dude. That's
Yeah,
great.
so like I meet a lot. Like you meet them and you chop them up. Some are cool, some are like trying to keep to themselves, and so
Yeah.
I just play it on their level. Like if they want to chill,
Yeah,
cool. I ain't got shit
totally.
to say. I'm not gonna ask them for pictures or like fanboy, but
Right.
if they're trying to
right.
chop, we'll chop. I've had some really cool experiences. Like I went to Chick-fil-A with Outkast. That was pretty cool.
No way.
Yeah, Big Boy. It was
What?
just Big Boy and like Sleepy like Brown and some of his like crew and stuff. But that
Yeah,
was,
but if it's Big Boy, that's sick as fuck,
yeah, it was
bro.
sick as
That's
fuck.
so
We were
sick.
it was
Dude.
right when Draymond had punched Jordan Poole. So we spent a
Oh,
shit ton of
yeah.
time talking about that and just chopping it up with them and shit. They were cool.
Damn,
When you pulled up
that's
to
dope.
drive-through, you're like, boom, boom, boom.
Well, they were making fun of Lil Nas X. It was pretty funny.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
It's
That's cool.
yeah.
I love Outkast.
No,
Dude,
Outkast
fucking
is the
jam,
shit,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
They're the shit, bro.
Bro, that lyric though, well, it's the M-I crooked letter, ain't nothing better. And when I'm on the microphone, you best to wear your sweater, cause I'm cooler than the polar bear's toenail. Cooler than a polar bear's toenails is probably one of the greatest rap lyrics for me forever. That's
100%.
yeah.
Andre 3000 looking old though, bro. He
Bro,
looking rough.
did you
He looking
ever
rough.
watch Key and Peele?
Uh-uh.
No, you never watched Key and Peele. So before Outkast broke up, Key and Peele did this sketch that Outkast had already been broken up. They broke up a while. But he did this sketch where like Big Boy walks into a coffee shop and he's just like ordering coffee. And then Andre 3000 comes in, but he's dressed like Peter Pan and he's playing a flute. And they're like making he's playing like a flute and like just being all ridiculous. And it's like a reason why they broke up. Fast forward to this year, that sketch comes out years ago. Like earlier this year, Big Andre 3000 released a flute album.
You're lying.
No way.
No way.
They were ahead
So
of their
there was
time. bro.
something to it.
But the sketch is just so funny. But how accurate it was in real life, I was like, that's rich. That's great.
That's hilarious.
That's
yeah,
awesome, though, man.
they were definitely different artists after the fact. You know what I mean? Like Andre 3000 kind of went in his own way. I mean, he's dope. I mean, one of the best lyricists to come out of the South ever. Like he's a stud.
Bro,
But he definitely went in a weird direction though.
Yeah, he said anytime he started like doing it, he wasn't just feeling the music anymore. So, but
That's fair.
the guy I work for during ACL, we were at his house, and he was, impressing some of these hoes he was with, as one does. And he was like,
as one does.
and he was talking about like bands they can get together, because he's the type of dude that's like, oh, you like the Foo Fighters? Hold up. And he'll just like call the lead singer of the Foo Fighters and get him on the phone and shit. And like they were talking about bands, like what bands do they think he should have at the festival? So it was me, him, and then the girl from what's the show? Ozarks, the TV show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The girl that plays the daughter in Ozarks, Jason Bateman's daughter.
Okay. Yep.
It was her and one of her friends. So that's who we were hanging out with. And someone said Outcast. And so he calls the manager of Outcast. And he's like, do you think they'll ever come back? And they're just like, nah, dude. They don't like each other. They don't like to work together.
Oh, they don't like each other.
Not in a professional sense. Like they're cordial, but they're not professional. Like they're not going to work with each other anymore.
Interesting.
They just
don't. Yeah.
So
I was going to make a stupid dad joke. Never mind.
Let's hear it, Faja. Now that you're a Faja, you can make those.
Yeah, I know, dude. I make too many.
Dude, it's every time I see him, he's got a new damn dad joke.
I can't help it.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
an
good,
idiot, dude. I'm an idiot.
Well, here's a dad joke you can tell your kid. Why was the little peanut sad?
Why?
Because it was assaulted.
Oh,
silly. Bimbo, are you still doing stand-up comedy, bro?
Say what?
Are you still doing stand-up?
Oh, I'm still doing stand-up. I actually just headlined a show in South Padre Island like last Thursday, like less than a week ago. I did 45 minutes on there. So
45 minutes, that's a long set, bro.
Bro, it was, especially because at that point I hadn't been on stage in like 6 weeks. And that's like a long time. That's like the longest I've probably not been on stage for in the past, like since I started comedy. I mean, outside the pandemic time. And I did 45 minutes and I'm like, I forgot like half. I'd start a joke and forget the punchline.
Did you recover? Was it a good set though overall, you think?
Yeah, man, it was pretty good. Like for what it was, I was very proud of myself, honestly.
Good.
I went in because I haven't I don't think I'd ever done 45 minutes before, but two, doing 45 minutes when I haven't done comedy in 6 weeks and don't remember half my jokes. So I just went up there with pretty much mostly just bullshit, a lot of bullshitting.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, bullshit and big balls. That was pretty much what that set was. And I was like, cool, just throw my balls on this thing. We'll see how it goes.
I love it, man.
So, but yeah, I'm getting back into doing more comedy. Because I've been trying to figure out, the Austin comedy scene leaves a lot to be desired in terms of just the way that people do comedy out here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Joe Rogan moved out here and then everyone decided they could just come out here and start calling people retards. Like that was comedy. They're just like, he's a retard. He's a retard. You're gay.
Yeah.
I'm a comic. And so it kind of made the scene out here kind of trash in that sense. So
yeah. Speaking of, I just saw the William Montgomery at the festival. Did you see that clip?
I saw the clip when he was just over there just eating a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I think we're supposed to do like 45 minutes and he got booed off at like 12.
Yeah. Dude, do you know who William Montgomery is, Quinn?
So I saw the clip. He's like, he was on Kill Tony, right? And like crushes on Kill Tony.
He's like a Kill Tony legend, and he's definitely geared more towards that crowd. And he I am personally like a fan because he's silly and he's just wild. Like I think he's a good comedian, but he is out there. But he was just at the wrong setting, it seemed like, and he was calling people out in the crowd and doing what he does, and they were not having it at all. Dude.
That's what you find with that's what I'm talking about with that like trend of comedy out here, is because like Kill Tony's like the biggest thing going here. So a lot of the comics that have gotten successful in Austin have been through Kill Tony.
Yep.
And so when Kill Tony has a very specific audience, right? It's a specific type of audience. But for a lot of those comics, when they leave the comfort of the Kill Tony audience, they struggle because regular people are like, what the fuck is this bullshit, bro? Stop calling me a retard. Like, say some fucking jokes. And they're like, that is my joke. That's the stick. Get it? Because you're retarded. And that's only funny for 12 minutes, apparently. And then everyone's like, get the fuck off the stage, bro. And
Tony gets super repetitive in a lot of his. he's clever, but there is a lot of like he pretty much just kind of targets the same kind of humor, if that makes sense. You
Yeah,
know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's and you find it a lot here in Austin is like comedians that can only do like that can do material only for like specific types of crowd, and then you see them
Mhm.
outside of their preferred crowd and environment.
Right.
Are you saying that it's like just like vulgar and just like
It's
offensive and just in your face and fuck you?
it's kind of like edgelord, but it's
Yeah,
not really like it's kind of I don't know like how else to describe it. Like the
like rage
joke,
bait.
what's
It's like
up?
rage bait. It's like rage bait.
It's like rage bait in real life. Like their
Yeah,
jokes are just like every comic in Austin, for example, does you'll do a 10-minute set. You'll go to a showcase, everyone's doing 10 minutes. And like there'll be 6 or 7 comics on the lineup. And 5 out of the 6 comics will do 7 minutes of trans material. Right?
Right.
right,
And it's like, how many different trans jokes can you make that the last guy didn't make, and the guy before him didn't make, and the guy before him didn't make? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
right.
that type of it's like, okay, we get it. Say something else. And it's like, well, this is what I got. 7 minutes of trans material. They shouldn't be playing women's sports. Am I right? Like, you're not saying anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like most people don't give a shit about that. That's just internet rage bait stuff and
Yeah,
stuff that's funny on Kill Tony. But for the average
yeah.
audience person, they're not gonna like respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's probably a part of, like, a product of just the fact that it's being oversaturated, right? Like, everybody
Right.
wants to be a comedian now, and
Yep.
they see what's working, they see other people get laughs, and so they wanna copy that. It becomes this kinda just like this, piggyback machine, essentially, and everybody's just doing the same fucking joke, maybe different context, maybe they're doing it in a different way, but it's like, who where's the original ideas? You know
So
what
I
I
Right.
have a
mean?
question. I have a question on that though, Ben,
Mhm.
because like I went and saw Shane Gillis like a couple years ago, I think it's been,
Mhm.
and like I noticed that the openers, like each one of them had a 9/11 joke, and then Shane had a 9/11 joke. So like as like from a comedian standpoint, do you maybe like try stuff out and then the crowd takes to it, and then maybe like if you're the next guy up, you're like, dude, that 9/11 joke hit. I'm gonna use my 9/11 joke. Does that make sense? So
For
does that
sure.
have something to do
There
with
is a
it?
little bit of that. I think the one
Yeah.
thing about, like, Shane too is, like, those guys are from Philly. So those guys
Yeah.
are close to New York and spent a lot of time in New York. So things like 9/11 jokes are very popular in New York just because of the environment versus where you go to, like, Colorado, Texas. They're not as common just because we're a little bit further removed,
Right.
from that thing. And there is a thing to be said about, like, if you have a good bit that's a little bit different, then that's fine, like or like if you have a good bit that's like that someone else does and you notice it works, you can do that as well. I do think that specific instance is more so just like a these are the comics from where we're at. Like we're in New York, we're in this area, and a 9/11 joke is just a part of it. But like, there's only so many different topics you could talk about. The problem with what I see now in the repetitiveness of what comedians are doing is that they're not really saying anything. The joke isn't like clever or well written or worded. It's just like the initial shock of you being like, oh, this person said trans person or this person said retarded, and that's like the thing. If you're like Shane Gillis is a good joke writer. He writes good
Yeah.
jokes. His openers are good joke writers. They have good jokes. But when what happens when the punchline isn't that the joke is funny, the punchline is I'm so crazy because I'm saying
Mhm.
retarded, that's no longer a funny joke, right? Like
Yeah.
that's not a funny punchline. Like, and some people have I've heard really good jokes using that way, right? But the cleverness goes when you just become like an edge lord and your whole thing is like, oh, I'm on the edge. I do hardcore You're not really taking any risks. You're just making the audience angry and then being like, "Oh, this audience doesn't get me. They don't understand comedy." No, they
Right.
understand that you're not funny. They we all understood that, like, and so
Do
Well, I
you
there's
think
what's up?
I was just gonna say, I think one thing I've like picked up of just being a fan of comedy, and then with Kill Tony and just in general, I think the people that are really successful are the ones that actually talk about with stuff that is really happening in their life, right?
Right.
It's like real life
Right.
experiences. If like if I walked up and did a set about something that I've never done and like I'm making up a story, it's just not gonna land unless it's like, I mean, I look like a suburban white dude, so it's like I gotta speak suburban dude shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
and well, because what it really is, what it comes down to is relatability, right?
Right.
If you're
Yeah.
watching me and what I'm saying versus what you're seeing aren't congruent,
Right.
then the humor is gonna miss. If I'm over here like, man, it's crazy being white. You're like, what? I mean, actually,
That
that's gonna be
actually is
funny.
hilarious. No,
Yeah,
that's
they
actually
did
fucking
say that.
hilarious, bro.
Yeah,
If you
if
went up
I'm out
there and
here
said
talking
some
like,
shit,
if I'm out here being like, yeah, I got small dicks, that's a problem, and no one's gonna believe it, you know?
Hey, man.
Right, but if James does it, that's gonna kill. But no, but like just like an example, just like using that, I think there's got to be like a level of like when I first started doing comedy, a lot of my jokes were just about being African, and it killed all the time because people saw me, they recognized it, then they recognized experiences with the African people they knew, and they could relate to that. So
Yep.
there's got to be a level of like relatability, but also I think we live as comedy has progressed, like you don't see as many like Rodney Dangerfields anymore that are like,
Right.
girl told me to come over. There was nobody, said, come over. There's no one home. And then I went over. There was nobody home. Like you don't like that type of like, yeah, she's kind of thing kind of fell by the wayside. I think Richard Pryor kind of really changed that with comedy because he did comedy in such an open, honest way. And as comedy has progressed, that's become like the new thing. That and like right now, crowd work became really hot. Like when Matt
yeah,
Rife blew up off crowd work. So now you go to a show, everyone's like, oh, what do you do for work? You're a doctor? Okay. And now that's comedy, because crowd work clips went really viral. So everyone's like, now I got to do crowd work like that. But
Dude, you need to bring your mom back. You just need to start saying your mom. Bring that
yo,
back.
mama, just doing,
Yeah.
I'm just
Bring
doing
your
yo
mama
mama
back.
jokes for 14 minutes.
that'd be fucking hilarious. But I think some of that rage bait comedy is like I think it's just clip culture.
Yeah.
Like people are just trying to get clips. Like they just want to want
Yeah.
to go viral. So they're gonna
Right.
say the wildest shit, even if it's not even that funny or fit into their set completely. They're just saying it to say it because they want to get clipped and they want to be
Right.
discovered. So
Because,
I don't
yeah.
really hate the hustle on that. I mean, like for me, when it comes to comedy, even if somebody has a good joke, like it's got to be a really good joke to make me laugh. Otherwise, it's their personality that gets me. Like the
Yep.
Right.
perfect example is Dave Chappelle when he was younger. He was so fucking funny. He was
Yeah.
hilarious, like goofy, skinny, like back in like the Nutty Professor,
90s,
he
yeah, I
was
mean,
clown and funny. And
yeah.
don't get me wrong, he's still funny. He's still
Yeah.
funny, but it's different.
His delivery is different, his
Different.
monotone, everything. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing too that about comedy is like after you've been doing comedy for a while, you start realizing that like sure your jokes and words can be funny, but what happens is you as a person become funny, your
Yeah.
perspective, your ideas, your views. And Dave Chappelle's a great example of that because like when you watch his early comedy, like he used to have that bit where he talked, he's like, I used to have the dangerous job. I used to have the most dangerous job in the world. He's like, he's like, I lived in DC and I was a delivery driver for Domino's. you know? He's like, I got robbed so many times that when I started breaking into their house, like, here's the pizza. Which one of y'all gonna tip me? Like, and it's funny watching it, but like, it's hard to like that same style of for Dave Chappelle wouldn't work now because Dave Chappelle is like a gajillionaire. He's now like the biggest comic in the world. So
It's true.
as he changes, his comedic styles have to change too.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
fair.
watch
Yeah.
someone like, for example, Kevin Hart. It's like Kevin Hart's first 3 comedy specials are
Oh.
hilarious. Like
Oh.
I'm a grown little man, seriously funny, laughing my like when he was talking about that shit in
Oh, she said she had no
he said
nipple.
he said you ain't got no nipples. Like that shit was funny. But like Kevin Hart now, every time you turn on your TV, Kevin Hart's doing a new not funny movie. He's doing every
Yep.
commercial you've ever seen. He's making all these appearances. And now he can't really keep up comedically in the sense that like he's not out there writing his jokes and testing his materials at clubs all the time, right?
Right.
But what
Right.
he ends up doing is he has a bunch of people write jokes and then he'll like take premises or ideas that he likes and then he'll build an act around that. And it's still like marketable to Netflix because he's Kevin Hart, but the
Right.
comedic aspect of that is now kind of gone a little bit. So there's different parts of comedy that like the best comics are able to do put together. It's like you have the word portion, like just the jokes you saying the words themselves. Then you have like the charisma portion where that's the act outs, that's the stage presence, that's the facial expressions, the inclinations in your voice. Then some people have the ability to like relate it to like the crowd work. There's all these different tools. And the best comics are able to combine all of that. But some comics, as you grow and change, you get more of that or less of this, more of that. And it's just kind of figuring out the right combination to make things funny still. But
Well, and I feel like if
what's up?
I was gonna say, I feel like if you're a certain level, like if I'm going to see Kevin Hart, I'm naturally just I love the guy just from being a fan. You're gonna laugh at certain jokes that may not actually be that funny,
Right.
just because you're a fan of the person itself. You know
That's
what I
fair.
mean?
For sure. There's
Yeah.
definitely aspects of that. Like when I went to go
Yeah.
watch Joe Rogan here in Austin, that was tricky, bro. I've never seen anything like that in the sense that like it was Joe Rogan at a Joe Rogan comedy club. Like
Right.
everyone was there to see him, and he walked on stage and he's like, "What's up?" Everyone's like, this guy's a crack up, right?" But then like by like 10 minutes in after that wore off, it was like, this guy's not that funny. And it was hard to watch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone else on this bill, hilarious as can be. So there is a level of that, but only to a certain extent. Like that'll get people into the door and it'll give you the leg up. But if you don't keep that, it's gonna slowly start dropping off as people are like, yeah, this isn't that funny. And so you still, even if you are like and people like a Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart or whoever, and people are there to see you, you still have to be able to give them something to laugh at. The cool thing about Kevin Hart is that a lot of what makes Kevin Hart funny is just him being Kevin Hart. The facial expressions, the yeah, what are we doing? You know,
Yeah.
like that whole thing. It could just be funny. And
Dude, even his like bit with LeBron on the DraftKings commercial, talking about him like 4 scores and like because he looks like he's clowning LeBron, looking like he served in the Civil War or something, dude. I'm like, that's actually funny. I was like, that's funny.
Kevin Hart is funny as a person. His stand-up comedy, I haven't even watched the new special on Netflix. Have you guys watched it?
No.
No, I probably won't. I don't know. I mean, I maybe will get around to it and see if it's funny, but I have very low hopes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to your point, he's a different person. I mean, he's like a megastar now.
Yeah.
And you made the point earlier, like a good comedian, somebody that you can relate to, like the joke that he's saying, you can relate to. So maybe, but I mean, it's Kevin Hart, bro. Like if he's making Short King jokes, I'm all about it. I'm with it. Like I'm there with it, bro. That's fucking. I'm hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy right there.
No,
you know
I
what
will
I mean?
say there's still people that can keep it fresh and funny though. Like Cat Williams still like travels and still does comedy. And Cat Williams might be one of the funniest human beings that he changed the whole. Like Cat Williams 2020, was that this year when he did the podcast with Shannon Sharp? Was that the beginning of this year?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of this year or late
it was last year. Last year, I believe.
Even last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Bro, that podcast alone, he got more views in that podcast in like 3 weeks than Joe Rogan had on any of his podcasts put out like ever. Like he changed the concept of just all the talking shit he was talking about Diddy before it happened. Like,
yeah, totally.
Sometimes Diddy wants to party, and you got to tell him no.
Dude, that shit's wild, bro. The shit that's coming out about that is wild,
bro. Yeah. So yeah, he was still. So yeah, that was 2024. But like, so you can still be big and still be funny, but it has to maintain it because comedy is very different than other things in that specific aspect. Like.
It's just like anything, bro. It's so hard to be at that level for so long and hold that. I mean, dude, you're hungry. You can say you're still hungry, but if you're staying at 5-star resorts and eating at the best Michelin star restaurants and you're living this lifestyle, it's not the same, dude. And we're all human. We're all gonna naturally adapt to that lifestyle, and you're just not gonna be able to just be as creative, dude.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and you see it in other things too. Like Conor McGregor's always talking about a comeback, and one of my friends always like Conor McGregor's. No, Conor McGregor's done. That dude will never fight, or if he fights again, he's gonna be in there getting his ass whooped. Because why does he have to fight? You're gonna go into a UFC fight for $500K when you sold your whiskey company for $300 million?
Holy,
yeah, no.
Did he sell it? Did he sell it to Barstool?
I don't know if he sold it to Barstool. I thought he sold his whiskey to somebody, and he sold it for like he got a lot of money, a lot more money. I mean, he
for
made like
him, dude.
he made $100 million to box
Yeah,
Manny Pacquiao. It's like now you're gonna get into the ring with some young buck that wants to take your head off to make his name. He's just it's not there anymore. And to your point, James, that's the hunger is gone. To be a fighter, you need that hunger, and comedy is very similar in that. Like it's because a lot of people, I can't be up there like, man, I got so much money, life is hard. Like that's a hard joke to make work,
right.
right? And so there's levels to it in that sense. Like you can still be funny, but it's just a lot harder. Now people go see you for the let me go see you rather than like, oh, this guy's actually still hilarious. There's a few comics
Well,
that
it's
can make
like
it work.
what's the guy's name? Oh my god, he talks about his marriage all the time. Not a
Nate
he's
Bargatze?
like yes, yes, dude. I mean, he literally talks about pretty much the same thing all the time, but it's relatable, it's funny, it's his style, and it's like it can always work probably because it's always an ongoing thing. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And that's kind of his whole shtick is like he does very like he's like the complete opposite of an edgelord. Like he's not trying to
Right.
rage bait anyone. He's trying to like keep it, and that's his thing, and that's why people go like him,
Yep.
like him. But Nate Bargatze's different because like compared to Kevin Hart, Nate Bargatze's still like a working comedian. That's what
Yeah.
he does. He's still
True.
doing comedy. He's still doing clubs. He's still traveling around doing arenas or whatever he's doing. That's his thing. The hard part for Kevin Hart is how many movies has that dude done in the past like 3 years? It feels like he's been in every movie. He's been on every commercial. He's been making appearances everywhere. He's starting all these businesses. He's just everywhere, and it's like that's not his focus anymore. So that changes as well.
So is that it? Is that how you keep the funny? Is you just keep practicing every day? Like you just constantly going, testing out new material, trying new crowds, going different places, just fucking testing yourself?
That's the way to that's like that's really the only way because comedy, unlike anything, is like if you want to play music, you can sit in your garage by yourself and get really good at music. If you want to be an actor, you could do a play and practice a role and go method acting and do really well. But like I can sit in my room and say a same joke 100 times to where I know it, and then do it on stage and it eats a dick because it doesn't mean anything. You know, like comedy is the one thing where the audience is just as much of a part of it as the person performing.
Ooh, yeah.
They are the thing. Like you can do music. That's why it's harder to do. That's why no one like you can watch a concert on TV and bounce your head along to the song and be like,
It ain't the same.
it's not the same as like being there. But like that's why bands can go from not performing or whatever, go on tour and still have good shows because everyone knows the songs, they sing the songs, and it's cool. It brings back reminiscence on all the memories. But you don't go and do comedy for a while. Like they were asking Eddie Murphy, like why he hadn't come back and done comedy. He's like, because I'd have to write the jokes, I'd have to go test them out at comedy clubs and do all of this because you have to do all of that to make sure these jokes work, to make sure these punchlines are hitting, to see where the beats are. Like if you don't know that, you have to. That's the only way you can figure that out. There's no other, and that's a very specific thing to comedy.
I have a caveat to that. I think somebody cheated the system and figured out a way around it. Is Dice Clay. He had the same damn jokes over and over again. People came to see those same jokes and they loved it. I'm sure it got old after a while, but like that guy milked it. Like he milked it for a long time.
Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay. Well, he was a character. Like you can see, like he did the same set and same jokes, but like he did them at different places. Like it's not like it was like a tour and a special thing. But like if you look at Dice Clay, that was his like shtick, and everyone came to see the shtick, but they knew what they were coming to see, right? And so he was playing the character. He was playing the character, and he was doing those jokes. But even that over time ran out of steam. Like
that's true. That's true.
And you're seeing
because if you see him now, he's not getting nearly the. I mean, he's not doing good at all.
And there's that dude off of Kill Tony, Timmy No Breaks.
Dude, he sounds just like him. I don't know how he's getting. I don't know how anyone's calling him out for. He's doing Dice Clay.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's doing Dice Clay.
Dude, I was like, how is Tony not calling this kid out for? He calls out everyone else, but I was like,
Tony tried to call him out. If you ever watch his first appearance, Tony was like, I hate this guy because Tony hates characters. But the
Right.
audience loved him so much, Tony had to just, because the crowd decides. That's the thing about comedy. The crowd plays such a big part. And even though Tony was like, this guy's, what the fuck are you doing? The crowd was dying. So he had to jump on board because the crowd and the people were with him. And it's like in Gladiator when the crowd is like, ah. And now the king has to be like, all right, I guess we're going to let this guy because the crowd said so. And that comedy just works in that way. That's why there's such a unique part of the comedy experience as opposed to like any other live performance.
I saw a guy the other night that was sounded just like Hannibal Buress. I was like, bro, dude, this is Hannibal Buress. Like if I was closing my eyes and just listening, I was like, this is Hannibal Buress. And it's like I get it because like I mean I've never tried stand up. I've never even thought of doing it or even I think what you guys do is incredible. But it's just like if you're a fan of something, I'm sure you guys are you naturally pick up on their lingos and their tone and how their delivery because that's how you kind of want to repeat your own success. But
For sure.
it's like you got to like find your own style and rhythm and all that.
You got to find your own voice is what they call it in comedies. You got to find your own voice because when you start doing comedy, a lot of people do comedy like the people that they watch do comedy to growing up or the people that got them into comedy. So you see it all the time when you go to like small shows and stuff. You'll see like new comics and you'll be like, oh, they're doing Jesselnick. That was really big for a while. Or
dude, I love Jesselnick. He's funny.
Jesselnick is great. But and a lot of people tried to like remake his style and like people like talk like him. Like, and it's just, you can tell right away. And so even if that's your person, you have to figure out how to like, okay, this is what I like about them, but also inject some of yourself into that. So now it's not just you sounding like you're doing a Jesselnick impression, but you doing you, even if your styles are similar.
What would we be like? What's the difference from like when we last saw you perform at my bachelor party in Myrtle Beach with a bunch of rednecks?
Yeah, which you killed, by the way.
Which you killed, yeah.
Which not only did you kill, Ben, you probably saved Levi's life because he was going to get murdered for sure, dude.
We were all gonna get, dude.
Yeah, but Levi was the victim, dude.
Dude, when you were doing your thing, Ben, I was like rounding up the guys. I was like, guys, as soon as he's done, we have to get the fuck out of here because we're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you killed. You absolutely killed.
I think mostly what grows in comedy, like for me, is just if the more you do it, the more I do it, it's like there's just more of a comfort on stage. And that comfort on stage allows you to be more free. So I think from where you guys last saw me to where I am now comedically, it's just there's a lot more me on stage. I'm a lot less nervous. Like, I mean, and that grows in time and a lot more comfortable. So that allows me to do more riffing, say more of what I want, and just kind of be more out there. Sometimes I'll just be talking and just jump into, what is this shit? I do not give a shit. Do not laugh. I do not. Just jump into shit because it's funny to me. And I think there's got to be a level. I think there's more now. Like when I first started doing comedy, it's always kind of progressed. It's like you write these jokes and you're like, is this funny? I hope you go from like, is this funny to I hope this is funny to I think this is funny to I know this is funny to I am funny.
Love that.
And that's like it's like the growth from I know this is funny what I'm doing to I am funny. It's like whatever I'm doing up here, y'all jump on board because if you're not laughing, that's a you problem because I'm funny. And so,
hell yeah, dude, I like that.
That's kind of like the levels of like the comedic thing. And you look at like the best comedians, like even Bill Burr, or Dave Chappelle, it's like, I'm funny. So whatever I'm doing up here, it's good. I know it's funny. So it's your job, whether you laugh or not, doesn't matter to me. I'm doing my thing and I know I'm funny. Right. And that's kind of the levels that it goes to.
Do you get better after you eat a bag of dicks or after you crush a show?
100% the bag of dicks. Not even close. Eating a bag of dicks will teach you way more than killing a set. 100%. It's not even relatively close. You feel good after you do well, but when you eat a bag of dicks, you rethink your whole life, right?
But that's my thing, right? Like, that's the whole thing is, like, are you learning from your mistakes or are you, like, in your own head, like, "Oh, I should have delivered it like this. I should have done this. I didn't do this good." But after a good show, you're like, "Yo, I crushed it on this punchline. Like, I really had good build up to this fucking the ending of this story," or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, when you crush a set, like, it feels good. You're like, "Oh, shit, I'm funny." There's a saying in comedy, like, "You're only as good as your last set," right? A lot of comedians do, like, "You're only as good as your last set." And sometimes it'll happen in the same night. Comedy is a very humbling experience in the sense that,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's been nights where I've done multiple shows in a night, went to a room, did these jokes, murdered. Uh, I know comedy. I'm the guy. I got this. I'm funny. Walk into the next set. What the fuck just happened, bruh? But what it is the thing about comedy that you have to remember is the most important thing is one of the most important things is being able to read a room. So what works for this room might not work for this room. And you,
Yeah.
like we were talking about earlier, yeah, I did these jokes at Kill Tony audiences in downtown Austin, crushed. Like one of my friends is like, we did that show in South Padre. He went up before me, he was featuring. He's like, "Yeah, I did run the set in Austin, did a half hour." He's like, "Yeah, it went really well. I murdered, crushed it, whatever." Did that same half hour in South Padre Island, different audience, different people, and he ate a bag of dicks. And then
Right.
afterwards, he was like, "I learned a lot." That's when you learn. He didn't learn that lesson from crushing. He learned from eating the bag of dicks because
Yeah.
you then have to learn that just because something's funny in one room doesn't mean it's funny everywhere you go. So very important to understand your audience, understand the crowd. And then if your shit's not working, then you got to figure out because if people are laughing in the crowd for someone else, then you know they can laugh.
Right.
So if they're not laughing at you, that's not, oh, this crowd sucks. That's you are sucking to this crowd. And that's very different. So you got to
So
figure that out. That's the job.
what's kind of like what's like your day-to-day process with everything? And I imagine when you're like doing the road and you're going to different locations, like are you researching, like say you're going over to like San Francisco, are you maybe tailoring a set that's going to land a little bit more with the San Francisco folks, or are you kind of keeping your jokes the same and maybe just doing it a little bit differently? And then also, yeah, what's like your writing process?
Writing process is when I'm when I'm on top of my writing, which is but ideally, I like to spend time writing every day, when it's working and then try to come up with new jokes and ideas, and then my favorite thing for me is, like, kind of I like to come up with premises, ideas, and then I'll go to, like, open mics and just start talking, see what comes out, and see what I can
Yeah.
make from that and kinda build from there. In terms of tailoring sets and stuff to audiences, um, one of the things that I used to do just on my own, kinda randomly, like, anytime I went to a new room or place, I noticed something, I'd always start off my set with, like, a joke about the room or the city or the place, and then I watched Cat Williams do, like, 15 minutes on Jacksonville and explain how every time he goes to a new city, he, like, goes around the city and then he writes a bunch of jokes or does jokes and materials about that city, and so I've kind of taken that one joke or statement or thing that I used to start my set and kind of done as much about the area as I can.
Yep.
Um,
Which makes total
yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the part about like, for example, I do this joke, and I found that I can switch out the punchline to be wherever I am and make that joke still funny.
Yeah.
And because I can do the joke and it'll get a good chuckle if I do it about Austin, but if I'm in, say, Denver or San Francisco, if I use a place in that area that the people can relate to, now that joke hits way harder. So there's like little things like that that you can change. Um, and then the other part is just kind of understanding your audience in the sense that some crowds like dirty jokes, some crowds do not. Some crowds like fucked up jokes, some crowds don't. Some crowds like the edgelord stuff, some crowds don't. So you have to figure out, like, when I did that show in South Padre, anything about religion, they were if you made fun of religion or anything like that, they were just shutting down. They're not touching any of that, right? So that was
Where's South Padre, by
it's
the way?
like southeast.
Padre?
It's like South Padre.
Well played, sir. Well played. You thought, that was a good one. Yeah, it's Southeast Texas.
I'm funny. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah, what I was gonna say before I was rudely interrupted by James.
Stupid. So stupid.
It's Southeast Texas. It's like right on the coast of Texas. So
okay.
Yeah, it's like 5.5 hours away from Austin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so but yeah, those people, that crowd was crazy because they were all like old conservative white people in their like 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Oh
like,
shit!
What do I got to relate with this 35-year-old black man? I'm like,
well, bro,
choices, that's for sure. So we avoided that topic.
And abortion jokes, maybe.
That's where it started, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I miss? Black presidents. Who's with me?
Oh,
I did do a joke. Probably the first time I've tried that joke on stage, and the joke was just. It was like what was even the joke? It was a simple joke. It was like, I understand why people are like. I'm like, I get why people voted for Trump and people are nervous. You know, it's like because America is kind of losing its identity. Like the best baseball player, America's pastime, baseball. The best baseball player is from Japan, right?
Yeah.
The best NBA basketball player, he's from Serbia. He's European. I mean, hell, even the best president we've ever had in the United States is from Africa. Maybe we should have built that wall, you know? And they like that. But it's like, I'm saying he's the best president ever, but I'm also saying he's from Africa. So it's like getting both sides of that because they think he's from Africa, that I am sure. So I don't know. It's just like figuring out what works in that and kind of tailoring ideas and jokes to these people in that environment.
What's the most hostile crowd you've ever had to deal with?
I mean, I've had some hostile ones. Like when I started comedy in New England, we'd go do these open mics before I was ever like doing things. I'd go do these open mics in like back like New Hampshire or whatever, and you'd be at some bar and there's like 10 people and they're all facing the bar, and then you're on the microphone behind them. So now I'm talking to their backs. And these rooms are like, if I could get people to turn around, I'm like, this joke's murdering, you know?
Yeah.
They're just turning around and even paying attention.
Well, shame on whoever promoted that place. Shame on them for that.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like the game, is just some rooms out there were just brutal. So now it's like, if I walk into a room and the people are facing me and they're for comedy, we got a show. Like the rest is on me. The people are there. They are looking at me. That's all I can ask for, right? People in a room looking at me. The rest, that's on me, and that's on me to figure out. That's how I do it.
I listen to Matt and Shane's secret podcast all the time because I think they're fucking hilarious. And like I listen to the old episodes, and Matt talks about when he's doing stand-up comedy at a fucking Topgolf. Like imagine having to do fucking comedy at a Topgolf.
Bro.
How wild is that?
That's like those corporate events too.
Yeah.
Those gotta be hard.
Bro, I've done some comedy. I remember during the pandemic, we were doing outdoor comedy shows at drive-in movie theaters, right? So I would be on a stage outside. The audience would be in their cars, turning into a radio station.
That's
so
wild.
Now I'm standing by myself on a stage.
Dude, that's crazy.
Talking out into the abyss, just hoping I'm not eating a bag of dick.
And even if they laugh, you can't even hear it. Were they honking if it was funny?
Right. So you're just out there just hoping.
Bro, you're just peering into the cars like, are they laughing?
Yeah, if it's funny, flash your lights. Like, what do you?
Yeah,
flash your lights. Yeah, flash your lights. Let me know.
Give me a honk. Give me a couple of honks.
Give me a toot your horn. You know, like
it's just silent.
Bro, yeah, you're just out there. So
and then people start backing up, and you're like, "Oh no!"
They just start their car.
Yeah,
you're like, fuck.
Yeah. They're like, this shit sucks. They just drowned me out with horns. Boo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, instead of walking them, I drove them, bro. They just drove right off, right? Like So some of that outdoor comedy is notoriously
Oh,
difficult.
Yeah,
I've
it's
done
that's
hard for
comedy.
everyone, bro.
I've done some outdoor comedy, and
Yeah,
outdoor comedy is hard. It is. That's the thing, is like when comedy's one of those things where, like, when it's flowing and you're in the zone, it feels effortless. But when it's not, that shit feels like work. Like, you come
Yeah,
off
right.
totally.
stage and you're sweating and you're tired, like you just ran a fucking 400. You're like, "The
Fuck
fuck
that.
just happened, bro?" Those
Ew,
people
fuck
weren't
that.
flashing their lights or anything. This is yeah. So, it's just it's sort of an
It
environment
sounds
that's
like
fun.
the passion's still there and the love is still there.
Yeah, it wasn't for a while, but I found once I took the time to think about it, the process of just being on stage and performing, I
Yeah.
think that's one of my favorite things in the world. Like,
Um,
there's nothing
was
cooler than
wh
that.
when are we gonna see you on Kill Tony? You're gonna do it? Are you gonna try?
I haven't been to Kill Tony in years.
Yeah. Would you do it?
I mean, yes, I would do Kill Tony. I have no problem doing it. I just don't wanna the process of doing Kill Tony now, it's like, it's a whole night. So you
Well,
gotta go
it's you're just a luck of a draw, right?
well, you gotta go, like, an hour, hour and a half before the show starts or whatever to sign up and get your name in the bucket, and then you gotta go to the bar across the street and just wait. So your night starts at about 6 and ends at about 10 in hopes that your name is one of the 280, 300 people in the bucket called up.
Right.
And then I know a lot of people that have been on Kill Tony, and then that's it. They were just on Kill Tony and nothing
Right.
happened, right? So it's like, I don't know. I mean, if I get to a point where I get invited to, like, be on Kill Tony and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get you on." Sure, but, like, am I gonna go sit there and wait 4 hours for my name to get pulled out of a bucket at this point?
Are there people that they, like, get in? Like, they deliberately have do, like, their 1 minute outside of being picked from the bucket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so, like
you could tell it's like it is random, I would say most of the time, but there are certain times that it's like I think the way they do it is if Tony sees the crowd, it's like these bucket pulls are rough. I
Yeah.
think he'll just pull another random one and then it'll be someone he knows that can do a solid minute. Am I
uh,
wrong, Ben?
I mean, there's a little bit of that too, and then, like, people that come, like, visit or, like, people that Tony wants to, like, have on the actual podcast,
Yeah,
and he'll, like, have them on there as well. So, yeah, there's I would say of the names because also the other thing is, like, he tries to get, like, a woman up every time too, and
right.
then you have all the regulars. So there's
Yep.
probably maybe every episode, like, I'd probably say that usually what, like 7 or 8 or 10 people or so, 7 to 10 people go up each night to, like, to do a minute, and I'd probably say maybe 3 or 4 of those are actually bucket pulls, and the rest are, like, either, like, going through the names until you get, like, a woman or, like, bringing up the regulars or, like, people that are in town visiting or people that he wants to get up. So I'd probably say it's about 50-50 or 60-40 more towards them bringing people up instead of bucket pools.
So yeah, you have
Right.
like I wonder what those odds are if there's 250 bucket like pulls, 3 people. I can't even do the quick math, but I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Odds are slim. We'll put it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, think about 3
But then
people.
there's what's wild is there's some people that get on like consistently, and you always wonder. It's like, okay, were they getting pulled
Right.
on purpose? Because there's some people that get pulled like 3 times in a month or 3 times in like whatever it is. So
Yeah.
you just gotta wonder.
If you were good or if you had like, for example, Timmy No Breaks, like, right, got his
Right.
name pulled, and then they brought him back to the show. So they brought him back when he came on again after that.
But I think that was like they knew it wasn't like
It wasn't like a
uh,
bucket pool, like, they brought him back.
right. I think it was intentional. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for
Some
sure.
bucket pool it just depends, like, how your interview went, like, if you're funny, interesting, or, like, whatever. Because
Yeah,
Kill Tony too, the other thing is, like, your minute is one thing, but the more important thing about the show is the interview.
dude. Some of the people that come, you're just like these people are out of control. Like these are just different humans, and you learn like some really cool stuff. Like that, like to your point, the interview portion is just like you can have a shitty minute, but then you learn about this guy. You're like, holy fuck, this person's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a big part of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
if I go up there in my interview, "What do you do?" "I'm pretty chill, bruh." I'm cool.
Nah, you would be good, bro. You're
I
fucking
mean, I'm
stud.
sure I would. I have
Yeah.
no idea what I talk about in the interview. Maybe I just do a minute about being. I just walk up and, what is this kill Tony shit? I'll kill Tony right now. I do not give a shit. I'll kill this nigga right now. That's going to be my 1 minute. Kill Tony. A lion will kill Tony in Africa. I'll tell you what the lion will kill Tony today. Like,
Yeah. There you go.
What's the interview portion? I never seen the interview portion. The fuck is that?
Yeah, so the way that Kill Tony works is you go up there, you do a minute of comedy, and then Tony just starts asking you questions.
Oh, I see. After
your minute.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like they sat them down and they fucking like interview them.
No. But like if your interview, if your interview goes well, it could be like 5-10 minutes of them like talking to the panel and asking you questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's whenever I've seen it, it's more them just talking shit to you.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Most of the time, it's just Tony talking shit.
Yeah.
So you seem kind of, gay.
Yeah. Tony's gay as hell, bro. He's so gay.
100%.
Bro, the Tony himself, like the human being Tony Hinchcliffe, he's a dick.
Oh,
like,
you could tell.
Bro, he's just like, no one likes him. Like, no one actually likes Tony Hinchcliffe, the person. Like, no one likes him. If you want to watch a funny clip, there's one with when Bill Burr was on there, and he calls Tony a smarmy cunt.
That was great.
That was one of my favorites.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch the podcast. I don't really. Maybe one day I'll get on it, but we'll see. I think that boat has already sailed for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, your own journey. Do whatever. It's not like
do my own thing. So what I've figured out now too is I just like doing longer sets. I like doing half hours, 45 minutes, 20 minutes minimum. Like, I just like being on stage for longer. You just get to stretch your legs and fuck around a little bit more, which is why I like to do it. So who knows what'll happen, but I am definitely working on ways to set up more stage time for myself. So I actually just had a little meeting about that before I got on this podcast. So hopefully in the future.
What do you do to promote yourself? Are you do you like clip your videos up, or like what do you do?
Normally I should, and sometimes I go through phases when I do.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, send me your Insta, dog. I'll follow you.
Yeah,
I should, and I don't as much. But I don't know. I feel like if I do start clipping more stuff, it'll just be like random moments from the stage, not much as like my material. And what I really am gonna start doing though is just making random like talking into the camera videos about just like funny things or saying like different things daily. And I think that's more so what I'm leaning towards in terms of promoting myself and kind of getting more juice behind my gram, so to speak. Because that's where it kind of is really gone, is just having Instagram followers and getting more of those eyes on you. Because once you get a certain amount of followers, then you could take that anywhere, perform anywhere, and that's kind of become the name of the game. So, if
other than that, what's your world, man? What are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been in this space where. So I mean, I do the music festival things. I do comedy still, and then I do like some random day gigs. I lead a food tour in downtown Austin.
That's right. I was wondering if you're still doing that.
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, I just schedule those whenever I have time, and I'll probably do like maybe 5, 7 in a month or so.
But what do you do? What does that mean? You take them to different restaurants and shit?
Exactly. So groups of people come out to Austin. Usually, like the other day, I did one yesterday with like 9, 10 people or whatever. And essentially, I just gather them up, give them a breakdown. We go to restaurants, I get them food. I tell them about the restaurant food. We just hang out and chop it up. We go to the next spot, and we do that over like 3 hours. Go to like 5 different spots.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, dude, Terry Black's is obviously what we've heard from our side of, from barbecue, but it's like I've heard Terry Black's, and what's the other big name? But what's your go-to barbecue?
Oh man. So there's so much barbecue in Austin. Terry Black's and Franklin's are probably the most popular spot.
Okay.
But Terry Black's is funny because there's a barbecue spot here called Black's, and Black's has been in Austin since like the 60s and 70s. And then they had the family. It's one family. It was started by like a guy, and then it went down generationally with his brothers and his brother, and then their kids, and so on. But then at some point, the family had a falling out. So Terry Black's is what came out of that. So Terry Black's is just Black's barbecue, and now. But the funny part is that in Lockhart, Texas, where the Black's was started originally, they put a Terry Black's right across the street, and then they just talk shit to each other.
No way.
It's like the Hatfields and McCoys of barbecue, bro. They like sue each other. One owns a billboard and talks shit about the other on the billboard, so then the other side sued them over the billboard. One side's like, we haven't seen our grandma in 13 years. Like, it's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's literally a family.
And they're all just making probably tons of money and just all pissed off.
Yeah, everyone's pissed off about something. So, but Terry Black's
Yeah.
got popular from the Joe Rogan podcast, though. Joe Rogan blew him up on his podcast, his Instagram. And so when this dude was telling me, he's like, after Joe Rogan put him on there, his Instagram for the 6th time, I was like, I should go there.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's like the Rogan bump. So now because of Rogan, everyone's like Terry Black's. But there's so much good barbecue in Austin, though. La Barbecue's good. Interstellar Barbecue got a Michelin star. Leroy and Lewis got a Michelin star. So there's so there's barbecue all over the place, and it's all pretty good, honestly.
How do you like Austin versus Boston?
Boston sucks. The Celtics suck. The Patriots suck. Their weather sucks. The drivers suck. Clam chowder is bullshit. Fuck Boston.
That's a clip, dude.
I'm clipping the shit out of that one, bro.
Clam chowder is bullshit.
Boston sports fans are the worst, bro. Everywhere you go in Boston, Titletown, USA, kid. Bro, you guys can't all be Titletown, USA, just all the time. And
not this year, baby. Denver, baby. Let's go.
All day. And then Boston, and everyone has that grody accent. Fucking dude, I went to fucking Southie, dude. Fucking go to fucking Dunkin' Donuts, kid, dude. Dude, fucking Tom Brady's the fucking GOAT, kid, dude. Like, God. Like that accent. Could you imagine hooking up with a girl and she had the Boston accent? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fucking give it to me, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, nah.
I mean, Blake Lively in the town, I'm giving her a pass.
Oh, fuck yeah, James. Fucking give it to me, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. James fucking dick is the goal, dude. No, bro. That's shit sucks. Fucking dude. Fucking park your fucking car, dude, and fucking give me that fucking dick, dude. Nah, bro. Fuck that noise.
Dude, if a girl's calling me dude, that's already a buzzkill, bro. Like, fuck off. Don't be calling me dude, bitch.
Yeah, fucking give me that dick, son. Like, what are you... Everything about Boston is... The only cool thing about Boston or Massachusetts in general is if you go there during the fall and the leaves are changing, you're like, all right, this is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then winter comes and lasts the next 7 months, and you're like, this is not that tight. So Austin is different.
You still got family up there?
Yeah, my sisters still live up there. My mom moved out there. So my sisters and my mom's out there. But like Austin is a hangout city. And I really don't know how the city still survives. Like, no one here has a job. No one here works. They just hang out. They're just always hanging out at the highway. They're hanging out on 6th Street, just drinking. Like, what's there to do in Austin? Drink. What else? We could drink by the pool. You go to the lake. Like, Austin's just, it's hanging out. People are here chilling. There's some live music, a lot of stand-up comedy. And
it's more of a vibe.
Yeah, it's a hangout city. You come to Austin to hang out. You walk downtown Austin in the middle of like a Tuesday work day. You're like, where's all the people, bro? It's like, we ain't working. Nah, they ain't doing that bullshit. A lot of people have like...
Is that home? Is that going to be home for a while still?
Yeah, because there's nowhere else I want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with winters anymore. You know how dope it is to walk outside in the middle of the December in a fucking t-shirt and it's 65, 70 degrees out?
Yeah.
That shit is sick as fuck. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So how many other places can you go and do that?
San Diego.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, the only problem with San Diego is then you don't have any fucking money and you're living with 6 people because you can't afford fucking rent,
Right,
but
that's the
you know
other
what I
thing. I'm
mean?
like, if I wanna triple my rent, I'll move to San
Yeah.
Diego, and
San
And the
Diego's the
comedy
shit.
scene.
it is
And
the
the
shit.
comedy.
San Diego's super nice.
Yeah, it's the
It does
shit.
have decent comedy as well out there,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
it's
it's
got really good
growing.
comedy.
Yeah,
What's that?
I heard the comedy scene's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they've got the
yeah,
La Jolla Comedy Store, and they've got, like, American Funny Factory or some shit downtown, and
they have the
they've got all
Mike's
kinds
Up
of good stuff.
Comedy Club a little bit too, down like, a little bit outside of downtown. So when
Yeah.
I went out there for a festival a couple years back and performed, at some places, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good, so
We need to
I
get you on Comedy Works, bro, so we can all come see you.
Bro, I'm trying to
Hell
get
yeah.
on Comedy Works. They're really hard about getting, like unless I'm, like, headlining there, getting, like, comics that aren't in town. It takes a while, but next time I'm planning to go to Denver, I'm gonna reach out to Comedy Works because I guess it takes, like, 6 weeks or something like that,
Yeah.
but I'm
Bro,
down.
we'll show up. We'll bring
Yeah.
the
Oh,
everybody,
100%.
dude.
Bro,
Comedy
that's
Works is actually one of the best.
it's a great
I
room. I've
yeah.
watched a bunch of comics that, like, have done Comedy Works, and I'm like, "I know you motherfuckers." That's the funniest thing about comedy, is that, like, being funny is, like, 20% of the battle. It's, like, who you know, your, like, followers, and how, like, you can sell tickets, 'cause
That's life.
That's
that's, like,
everything.
everything. Yeah, it's,
That's
like, everything.
everything, bro.
Yep.
That's where we're at now, and that's why you see people doing the clipping thing and selling out and doing the hustle thing, like, there was this girl in Austin comedy. She used to date this black guy, and she was, like, a regular comic, like, doing her thing, and then at some point, she just decided if she just starts dropping N-bombs on stage, she can find an audience, and now she just makes jokes about black people, and now she has a big following of people, so
Wow.
I'm like,
It's a
"Shit,
it it it's a shitty feedback loop. That's
it
the
is."
problem.
Yeah,
It's like,
That's the
if you're
100%.
problem with
willing to s if what's up?
I was gonna say, that's the problem with anything viral. Like, if you work at something and then, like, the most, I don't know, thoughtless, pointless thing that you have goes viral, then you think that that's what's gonna work, and it does work, and then you double down on it, triple down on it, and next thing you know, you're just fucking you're in that world, you
When
know?
you're changing who you wanna be,
Yeah,
you're
totally.
you're just trying to be you're not being authentic,
Yeah.
right? You're just
Well,
trying to get yeah.
I'm saying, man, one of these days, I'm like, "Shoot, I might just sell out, just go straight Candace Owens on them, and just be like, 'Hell yeah, fuck them niggas, go Trump,' and then just, have my own audience." It's like, I could do that shit because it's easy. Like, if you're a black dude talking shit about black people, I could sell out and do that and get way more followers and attention that way, but it's at the same time not what I'm trying to do, like, that's not gonna be fun for me. Like, you
Yeah.
can sell out for however long, yeah, and a lot I've seen it happen a bunch, and I'm just like, "Nah, if I have to do that, I'd rather quit comedy."
Well, that's
Yeah.
one thing, dude, I've known you for a long time that you've always just done you, man, and you have just not given a fuck about anyone else, and you're like, "I'm just doing me, and I'm living my best life," and your mindset and your attitude has always been the same, and dude, I think that's why we're homies, man. It's really fun to see you live that lifestyle.
I mean, for me, it's like, you kind of figure out I guess you find out what's important in your life over time. 'Cause, like, I remember when I first graduated college, I was working corporate, and I was making way more money, and then I was, like, doing all these things, but it's like, you do all that, and then you're miserable. Like, you're fucking miserable, and and I've just found that there's a level for, like, the price I'm willing to pay for peace of mind,
Mhm.
and for me, there's the price for someone to pay me to take away my peace of mind and work would just
Yeah.
is extremely high. And
Yep.
so I'd rather have that peace of mind and joy in my life than do some bullshit that makes me money, but I'm miserable. So that's always kind of been where I stood on that thing. It's like if I'm living this way and I'm happy, cool. Cause you can have all the money in the world, but it's not gonna make you happy. Like it's not gonna find you joy in your life. It's not gonna make you closer in your relationships or your family or friendships or whatever you're looking for.
Yep.
And so I think it's always just kind of been a journey to kind of figure out what that process looked like for me and doing those things, but doing them my way without feeling like I was compromising that aspect of my life. And that's always kind of been an intricate balance. And it definitely goes in waves. There's been times where I wasn't as much and this and I was doing this and going like this and so on and so forth. But I think I'm in a really good place. But one thing I've always tried to be is authentically myself and
Yeah.
not feel like I was doing things for other people or because other people thought that that's what I should do or anything like that. And I found that keeping that in mind with everything I do has definitely been beneficial for me. So why change that?
Love it, dude. Love that.
Yeah. What
Love
about
it,
you
man.
guys? What are you up to nowadays, Quinn? Like besides the podcast, what are you doing with this? Like what is the
I mean, you just kind of spoke to it, bro. Like, I was living in San Diego. I had a really good job. I was driving a nice fucking car. I was living the dream, so to speak. You know what I mean? But I was working for a company I didn't give a shit about. I didn't care about what I was selling. I didn't care about their mission. I woke up every day fucking kissing yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I was kissing somebody's ass. I was taking orders, and that's just, to your point, like, that's authentically not who I am. Like, I just
right?
can't do that. And so I wasn't happy. So I've always kind of wanted to spread my wings as an entrepreneur. And I was like, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I got to do it now, because there is gonna, like, unfortunately, like, father time comes for us all,
For
and, like,
sure.
you know what I mean. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna fucking send it. So fucking, I quit my job, bro. I'm back home in the parents' house. I'm literally in their basement right now.
Nice.
James and I, yeah. And I'll tell you right now, man. Like, it sounds shitty to say out loud, but I don't regret one fucking day. I'm so much happier. I feel so much more free. I feel like this is what I should be doing. Like, the moment that I quit the job, and I was making good money, bro. I was making really good fucking money.
Yeah.
And when I quit, it was almost like the universe had come down and was like, "You're doing the right fucking thing. Like, you're doing what you were supposed to do." So we do the podcast. It's an ever evolving fucking entity. But it is what it is, bro. And then we have a supplement company that we're launching, which is Intent Fit.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that going. I just hired a fucking marketing agency because I thought I knew how to market. I don't know how to market for diddly squat.
But I want to
So,
put you in contact with one of my guys that actually
yeah,
started his own company out in the UK, and he's
love
actually
it.
planning on moving to the States. But
The UK? What's it? I wonder if it's the same people we just hired.
no, he does he owns a company called
Dad.
Papa. No. I'm I'm trying to remember the name of his company, but it's hold on, I can look it up real quick.
All
That's
right, bet.
so funny.
Well, you're pulling that up. Yeah, that was kind of a reference to our ad agency that we just
That
hired. It's called Days. What is it? Days Ahead Digital, and their acronym is DAD. So it was kind of like the same.
He goes, Papa. That's so funny, man.
Primal Alchemy, that is his name. That's the name of the
Okay,
company,
That's a dope name.
yeah,
Primal Alchemy.
Cool.
And if you find him on LinkedIn, his name is Christopher Story. That's his name, and and his thing is a father of Primal Alchemy Ltd. He's just a character, but
what does he do? What is Primal Alchemy?
so Primal Alchemy is a supplement company. So he
Oh,
makes
Cool.
so he makes like nootropics and other things and like
he's the
uses like
enemy.
what's
He's the
that?
enemy, bro. He's the enemy. He's the enemy. We're coming for his bitch ass. We've got the number one nootropic.
Yeah,
Screw
dude.
Primal Alchemy, dude.
Fuck that fool, we'll kill him.
Yeah, we
It's on site, bro. It's on site with this guy, whoever the fuck he is.
You don't want this smoke, bro. You want this?
No, that's dope, bro. I'm totally kidding. I'm
No, I
obviously
know.
just
I'm just
talking
laughing.
shit.
That's funny as shit. You see him in the street. Hey, it's that Primal Alchemy bitch. We gonna get him right now.
Yeah,
Rolling up
exactly.
hands on everybody. Yeah. No, there's that. So I do a lot of that. And then lately I've just been making degenerate parlays on prize picks and underdogs and sleeper.
Dude, I made a one for a turkey bowl or for the turkey games, man. I'm hoping it hits. I put 5 on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl in September. $5 paid $155, and now it's like $5 pays $70. or even down to 60. I'm like, the odds have cut like more than half. I'm like, bro, if we go, let's go to the ship,
Let's
dude.
go, man.
Dude,
Let's
we're looking
go,
good,
dude.
bro. It's
Yeah,
good to
it's
be a
fun.
Denver fan right now, bro. Being a Denver fan is the shit. The Avs, every time I open up my phone, I'm getting like new stats on how crazy the Avalanche
They're
are.
so good right now.
Obviously,
Yeah.
yo, dude, they're like on a historic run.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have their money. Jokic is money. The Broncos are money. And then
Yeah.
we just all pretend the Rockies don't exist.
Yeah, dude. Did you see the guy from Moneyball though is coming over to the Rockies, I think?
Yeah, good
You guys
luck.
saw something like that?
'Cause I'm telling you, the problem with the Rockies is the ownership.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
So,
knows it.
Totally.
like, if you look at any good sports teams, right? Like, it's all about the owners. There's no way the Cleveland Browns should have been this bad for this long if it wasn't for the owners. Like,
And the Cowboys. The Cowboys, the same thing, bro.
Yep.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
The problem with the Cowboys, and I've been saying this and I will say this forever, is the Cowboys will not win until Jerry Jones is gone. Because, for one reason, Jerry Jones was very successful early on. But with that success, the success went to Jimmy Johnson. Everyone was like, Jimmy Johnson's a great coach, drafted all these players. Barry Switzer came with those talent, kept it going. But after that, Jerry Jones was like, not only do I want the Cowboys to win, because Jerry Jones wants the Cowboys to win, and he will do a lot to take it to win, but he wants the Cowboys to win with him being the face, being the guy to win, and then everyone would be like, what a great job Jerry Jones did. So because of that, ever since then, he's hired these coaches that are all fucking jamokes and all this stuff. So he could be, he's like, yeah, if I get a bunch of these jabronis in here and then we win, it's on me. So now Jerry Jones doesn't want to win. He wants to win with Jerry Jones being the name associated with the winning. And that's the problem. You can't do that in an NFL where coaching matters, where your GM matters, where your player has a problem with the coach. The player goes above the coach to the owner, and now your coach has zero authority. You've undermined your coach, and you can't win like that in a league where coaching is so important. And that's the problem with Jerry Jones. That's why the Cowboys won't win.
Yeah. I will say though, like have that last game where I don't even know the name of the head coach, but he benched CD and Pickens because they were late for curfew. One series, but still, dude, that to these superstars with the egos that they have, I mean, that does kind of send a little bit of a message. But I couldn't agree more, bro. I don't think it's ever going to change. I think also I heard this directly from a Dallas native, and he's a Cowboy fan, and he's just like owned it. He's like, dude, the problem with our team is like everyone and our players just care about themselves.
Yeah.
It's such I play for the Cowboys, and it's like every NFL or every professional athlete has to have some sort of an ego. I mean, to make it to that level, you have to. But the difference between, the Cowboys is like, dude, it's America's team, which it's not anymore. It's like, it's such a, individual performance on their side. And I think, the teams that set that aside and, actually just want to play good team ball and do what's right by the team, those are the ones that are successful, bro, especially in football. Like basketball, you can get away with it a little bit.
Kind of.
But not really. Yeah, exactly. You can have.
I feel like basketball more so because like football, if everyone was like individually just like doing their job, you could still be successful. But like basketball,
That's true.
Basketball, you need to play as a team because you can't. You literally can't win by yourself. But then the other thing too about the Cowboys is like when they go practice, like players will be practicing or working out, and there's Jerry Jones with a gaggle of fans doing like a tour in the middle of the workout, like walking into the locker room. And so like you kind of take away the sacredness of like building that bond, and it's really hard for teams to gel when everyone feels like an individual because you feel like you're a monkey in a zoo whenever you're fucking just trying to do your job. And so many players have talked about like just glad they got out of Dallas because it's like a zoo. You're in the weight room and fucking fans are just watching you work out, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
well, I'm still a fan of Dion, but I think that's the problem with Dion sometimes with having the media too much involved in the program. Well, I think
he's just a trash coach. What are you talking about? That dude sucks at fucking coaching. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you the problem with Dion is that he's at a trash university, and CU Boulder sucks.
That's true
For
too.
Colorado State, go Rams forever, FOCO, baby.
I forgot about that. Yeah, fuck CU. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you go to CU?
No, I went to Metro State, bro.
That's
I'm a
why I knew
road
you were
runner.
cool. You didn't
Front
go to
Range? Front Range?
North Glen? North Glen,
North
dude.
Glen.
What's up, North Glen?
Oh, speaking of the Glen, this weekend, Knudsen hit me up.
I saw that.
And they're doing that game back. I was about to go. Knudsen's still my boy. I know you and Knudsen were never friends.
No, it's on site with Knudsen, bro. If me and James see Knudsen in public, it's on site, bro. Let it be known. I'm saying it public.
No, I hung out with Sal the other day, and he sent that to me and stuff like that. But it's the day after we have the Turkey Bowl tomorrow.
Oh, is Sal going?
No, we're playing football tomorrow, so there's no way I'm playing football and then basketball the next day. There's zero chance that's happening.
Bro, you should show up and just fuck. Is Knudsen going to be there? I don't know the backstory. What's the backstory?
It's an alumni game.
It's like
James, you got to go, dude. Fuck Turkey Bowl, bro. I'll go and I'll be your biggest fan, and you just break his ankles, dude. This is revenge. This is your revenge game.
When I heard about it, I really truthfully, I was like, dude, if it was any other time, I'm 100% sure because I could ball out, but I'm like, dude, there's no way. There's no way.
I will say,
it's all good.
When he asked if I still talk to anyone, I said Julian, and he's like, oh, can you send that to him? And then I sent James Gates, and then he pretended like he did not hear that.
Yeah, he knows I ain't about to show up, bro.
He never said send that to James Gates, bro. He was I think, in fact, he was like, if you do anything, don't send this to James.
Hey, gladly, bro. That's fine.
That's funny.
On site, so funny. Harshman's gonna be there. Do you still talk to Harshman?
Dude, I ran into him on the light rail last summer, actually. Just randomly. Just saw him, and he was with his whole fam and whole gang.
Got,
and
12
stuff.
Kids now?
Yeah, he had 3 kids, and I don't know who else was with him, but it was a whole gang and stuff like that.
Still
yeah.
Oh man, John Harshman. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if he's miserable or happy. Because last time I checked, it was a couple of years ago, and him and Chick had been kids, and I was like, man, I know that nigga's not happy. But
he didn't look like he was super excited to talk to me or anything like that. I think I just caught him, but I will just to give him the benefit of the doubt. When you're being in dad mode and you're trying to do all that stuff, it's just hard, bro.
It is hard, man.
It is hard. I totally get it. He's probably on alert. He was trying to, and I totally respect that. You know what I mean?
I mean, having
I love Harsh, bro. I've had a lot of good times with Harsh.
No,
bro.
I fuck with Harsh. I love Harsh, man. That's my guy. But just having kids is you become a full-time hostage negotiator. You know, those things. Those are terrorists. They are.
Yeah,
these are really terrorists. That's why I can't have kids, because I'm a true patriot. I don't negotiate with terrorists. You know,
bro. I'm an uncle, and I tell you right now, man, I'm a part of the terrorist gang, and I love it, dude. I'm about it.
That's the best part about being an uncle, bro. Dude. I'm on the side of the terrorists. I'm like, we'll terrorize the fuck out of the family.
100%, dude.
And then I'll leave them. I'm like, oh, that's your problem, and then I'm out.
Yep.
I know, but now James is a Faja. How's that been going? How's Faja James?
It's been amazing, man. It really has.
Yeah. How old is?
Year and a half.
Year and a half already?
Almost.
I felt like that nigga was born yesterday, bro.
I know, dude. Trust me.
I remember it feels like 2 weeks ago, James was like, yo, we're having a baby. Now he's like, yeah, that nigga turned a year and a half. I'm like, what?
Dude, I went to the rec to sign him up for activities today. That's where we're at.
Sign him up for activities? What activities you do a year and a half?
Dude, you can do all kinds of stuff like gymnastics, swimming, fitness stuff, little paint stuff. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Doing too much. My African parents were like, what is these sheets? Niggas, he can barely walk. CT's us down. Give him a ball.
Bro, he's almost as tall as me, dude. It's fucking wild. I mean,
we have pictures of him holding Quinn.
Yeah, he picks me up, dog.
Yeah, The Lion King. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, put me down, put me down.
Oh my god. You gotta start beating his ass. Quinn, send a message.
Oh,
Yeah, I
dude.
gotta do it. I have to at some point, but we're
Yeah,
best
Uncle
friends
Quinn's
right
gonna
now.
lay hands on you, muff.
I
Yeah,
have
no, that's
to.
crazy, man. That's cool though.
No, it's great, bro. It 100% like all the other homies that, try to tell me, and it's like, you don't know till you know. And
No.
I used to take certain things for granted and didn't realize how hard it was going to be. And then you like really, you learn real quick. Like it's a different animal,
So do you
but
think
it's the best.
the being a father itself is the challenging part, or the navigating the things like your relationship with your wife and your friends and your job while being a father is what makes it
100%,
tricky?
100%. Like, cause I think just naturally being a dad is, I would say that's like more of the, I wouldn't say easy part, but that's the fun part, right? Is like, dude, I've always wanted to be a dad. But then you like realize like, how do I be, present in this time? How do I show up at work? How do I show up for myself? How do I show up for my family? How do I juggle all of this? And then also you realize that like, you care so much and you're like, I want to just do all the right things, and am I making the right decisions? And I never thought I would worry so much. Like that's what's crazy. It's like you just worry so much, and it's never ending.
That's
Never.
crazy because my parents didn't seem to worry about shit. They were just "Nigga, do not go to jail. We are not going to bail you out. You are number 7. We can
I'm
replace
sure
you."
it'll change,
Yeah,
like,
right.
as he gets older and, like, he can talk more and, like, he can understand and all that, but it's just I think before you just get used to it, like, even just now, it's you learn a routine, it's the routine,
Does he like talking like full sentences and stuff?
No.
just words,
Just
just
words?
words. Yeah,
It's so that's like the crazy part too about like kids learning how to like talk and stuff like that. Cause like one of my friends, their kid didn't start talking like full sentences till they were like 3 or 4.
right,
But then like my nephew, by like a year, he was using full sentences.
right,
Like it just like I remember he was a year and a half years old and he was trying to carry his bouncy trampoline up the stairs. And then
right.
he looks at me and he goes, "Phew, this is hard." And I was like and I was able to, like, have little conversations with him, but it's like every kid is so different in their growth process, and
Right.
that's so, like, interesting to me.
Well, one he can't speak yet, but he is so athletic, dude. He's your baby, James.
Yeah,
Like
As he gets
100%, bro. It's
you don't need
wild.
words to be a baller, so that's
Yeah.
good, bro.
right,
Less
Yeah.
words, more game, you know? Let
yeah.
your game do the talking.
Yeah, no, I'm like, he's obsessed with, I would say everything, but like golf is definitely his jam right
And
now for
soccer.
sure. And
And soccer.
soccer and
Yeah.
Good. Those are the
yeah,
best
no,
things to
it's
be. Give him a tennis racket, you know? Fuck
dude,
that.
I'm giving him
Oh, yeah.
everything, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I want him
Yeah,
in everything,
I'm
like
just saying,
gymnastics, all of it, bro.
don't let the Cooper Flags and the Luka Doncic fool you. The NBA's not the thing for everybody, you know? It's not.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be he'll be 5'9" probably.
No, no. I want him to
Maybe.
be a behemoth. I want him to be Viking status, bro. I
If
want
he
him to be
gets
huge.
if he
Not
gets my wife if he gets my wife's side, like all her brothers are big boys. So they're all Iowa boys. So it's like if he gets that side, which he's already like stocky.
I was gonna say he's got a belly on him, bro. He got a little belly on him, dude.
Yeah, dude. So yeah,
He's an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
dude, that's fine with me.
Yeah, hell
Bro,
yeah.
make him a left-handed reliever in baseball. There's like 12 of them in the whole league. That dude could have a job forever.
Dude, that's facts.
Yeah, if
No, I
all
want
you
him to
can
be on the tour, bro.
bro,
Make
I'm
it
Yeah.
to the
saying yeah,
tour.
give him the golf club, bro.
Yep.
You should see him with the club. It's hilarious, bro. He's like dialed in, focused, and then just whap, whap. He's a stud, dude. He's a
Does he
stud.
hit? Can he hit it?
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's smashing it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes one of us. Boy, my golf game is rough.
Are you still playing?
I haven't hit balls in a minute. I've been traveling so much and
Yeah.
yeah, and it was like summers in Austin are crazy because now that summer's over, this winter I'll probably hit more balls. But
Okay.
I kind of like it when I like play for a while and then I don't play again, and then I come back and it's like my swing feels so much more natural.
Yep.
And my swing has gotten so much better. So I probably should start playing more because sometimes I'll be like hitting on the range. I'm like, boy, I'm good. And then I'll go hit.
Dude, you are, bro. Man, I'll never forget that time we like were parked at that gas station. Didn't I have a flat tire?
Yeah, we were like waiting for something to happen at the gas station.
Q, have you heard this story?
No.
I'm gonna share this story, and I got a jet here shortly. But I think Ben was already with me, and we're driving, and I get a flat tire, and I already got my clubs in the back, and we're literally on like the side of a busy Santa Fe, so a busy street.
Yeah.
There's a golf course on the other side of the road. This dude whips out my clubs, starts putting balls in the grass on the sidewalk, and starts hitting over the cars just in broad daylight, not giving a fuck, and just smashing.
And you're not a golfer. You're not a golfer.
I'm not a golfer, but with a pitching wedge in my hand, I'm nice.
Yeah, dude.
Fun. As the clubs go down, I get worse. So like,
that's all of us.
There was no holding back. He didn't even question it. And I just think about it now and looking back, I'm like, bro, that is so wild. I would never allow that to happen now.
Bro, it was like I picked up a pitching wedge. I'm like, if the club is close to a pitching wedge, I'm money. Because for some reason, because when I was younger, my friend Josh and Jesse, the Hardmans, you remember Jesse Hardman? Yeah. So me and his brother Josh, we used to go play par threes all the time. But with the par three, you're only using like a pitching wedge. So I just use a pitching wedge and a putter. So with a pitching wedge and a putter in my hands, I am a decent golfer. But if you put a driver in my hands, bro, I could probably hit a driver shorter than I hit the pitching wedge. Like, I'm terrible with the driver, bro. I'll drive all 25 yards, and then I'll pitching wedge it 115.
Next time you come to Denver, bro, hit us up. And we'll do it
again.
Yeah,
man. Of course. Next time I'm in Denver, of course I'm hitting you guys up.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. No brainer.
All right, cool. Well, dude, Bimbo, we appreciate you coming on, dog. Like, seriously, man. Like, I've been doing these like serious podcasts with these people. I had like a neuroscientist on, and then we had this financial guru come on, and shout out to those people for coming and lending their knowledge. But I can tell you right now, I fucking hated every minute of those conversations, and this was night and day difference, man. So I had a lot of fun, brother. I appreciate you, dude.
Quinn, just remember, if Theo Vaughn can talk to anyone, you can talk to anyone. He ain't the smartest dude in the world. Just being like, really, bro? That's crazy, man.
Well, shout out to Theo. I like Theo Vaughn.
That's what I'm saying. So if he can do it, you're fucking money, bro. Don't sweat that shit.
I appreciate you, brother.
But yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Say hello to Tom and Lynn for me. Of course, send them my love. James, tell them I said hello. I appreciate both of y'all. Thank you so much.
We love you, man. I can't wait to see you, dude.
Hey, I will holler at y'all next time I'm in town, man. Love you, fellas.
100%. And then I'm gonna clip this up, and I'm gonna send you some clips, bro.
Hey, bro, let me know. Clip it up, post it up. I'm always game.
All right, bro. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, bro.
Happy
love
Thanksgiving,
you, man.
y'all. See you guys.
Sir.
All right,
peace.
See you.
Hey.